Are you nervous to try distress inks in your planner? Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today in our From the Vault series, I'm showing you a previously exclusive video over on Patreon where we talk about using ink in your planner, specifically Distress Oxide inks. And I'm going to show you how I like to incorporate those inks while I work on a custom planner spread. Let's go. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have some fun custom planner spreads, all with pretty cool themes. So we're going to dive into a spread for Jennifer. She uses a big dashboard layout, and she requested some beautiful hot air balloons, so I'm excited to work on those. I have a spread for Donna, who wanted some summer nights, and I thought these particular stamps right here with the string of lights would be perfection. And then Sweet 80 wants a spread for her sister and also a gummy worm day, which I didn't know existed, but that is going to be fun to create as well. All right, I'm going to put you all on fast forward. I will link everything that I use down in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go. All right, today we are going to start with Jennifer's spread. She requested a hot air balloon spread, and I decided to begin with some Distress Oxide ink. This is my favorite ink to use for blending purposes. I use it in my art journaling all the time, and the truth is that it works very well in your planner as well. I wanted to create the look of a sky background. Obviously, the hot air balloons, you want to see them in the sky. That's almost when they are the most impressive. So I wanted the whole spread to feel like a sky without having to pull in a bunch of extra scrapbook paper. So I'm blending around the edges. First, I'm using a lighter, I think this is speckled egg perhaps, using that to start. And then I'm going to come in with a second color. I have found that when I'm working with inks, usually using 2 to 3 colors creates a more natural looking blend. I like the variation. I like seeing the different colors involved. So I'm coming back with a little bit of a darker, brighter blue. We're going for a bright summer sky in this case. And again, focusing on the edge. Now, some questions I get, is this ink permanent? It will be activated by water. So if Jennifer's planner were to get wet, that would cause this ink to move and run. So that is something that you would want to avoid for sure. But generally, I think we're all avoiding getting our planners wet anyway. So not a big issue at all. The tool that I used for blending was a domed blending brush. I picked mine up from scrapbook.com. They work really great. You're going to want either an extra sheet of paper. I have some spare cutting boards, which is what I was using, something to kind of protect the edges of your table, and just blend really softly. You can always keep going to get it darker and darker, but if you get too crazy and it's too dark, then it's going to end up being just too much on your page. All right, so the hot air balloon graphics that I have, I actually pulled from Canva. Canva is a fabulous resource online. I use the paid version so that I can have access to a ton of different graphics and designs and templates and all of the different things. It's a great place to look for different graphics that you might use. Another resource that I use frequently is Creative Market. On Creative Market, you can download images and packages either for personal use, or you can pay a little bit more for licensing to be able to print those images over and over for resale purposes. I absolutely love the vibrancy of these. I printed them at home. I use a sticker paper from onlinelabels.com. It is the weatherproof matte inkjet sticker paper. I get that question all of the time. It is a high quality sticker paper. Any of your favorite sticker shops where you love what their stickers feel like more than likely are using something very similar. I use it for all of the stickers that I create and the stickers that I create for my patrons that go out in their Happy Mail each month. So it is a fabulous paper quality, and I think it holds the ink really nicely, which ends up resulting in some really vibrant looking images. All right, I absolutely loved this hot air balloon theme. I grew up in Plano, Texas, and we used to have a hot air balloon festival every year. I have so many fond memories of hot air balloon chasing and going to the festival and seeing it all come together. I loved creating this spread. Uh, I hope that Jennifer loves it as well because I think it came together really nicely. The journaling boxes that I'm using, or the boxes that I'm using, are from Mojo Jojo Plans. That is my go-to resource for any of your standard functional needs. She has so many different functional boxes available on her website in all of the different colors that you could possibly imagine. She has journaling boxes, which are these that have lines. She has blank boxes, which are the ones that are open. Just all kinds of functional pieces. And so that is one that I go to all of the time. So I have a ton of Mojo Jojo. I could not recommend her anymore. I'm not an affiliate for her, but she is just a fabulous resource for planning. And so I pulled out some of her rainbow boxes. I limited the colors. We're going to go with pink and yellow and purple and blue. I was trying to balance colors on both sides. I think that works really well. And then the last thing I want to do for this particular spread is to bring in some quotes from Kelva Plant. She has rainbow quote sticker book, and it has so many different options. In the rainbow quotes, there's also black and white, which I love. So I went with anything is possible. Great things never come from comfort zones. There are better things ahead than the ones we leave behind, and leave a little sparkle wherever you go. The final touch will be a couple of word stickers from Proud Sticker Designs on Etsy. I chose to do currently, gratitude list, and thinking about. And that will wrap it up for Jennifer's spread. Let me know what you think of the hot air balloon spread down below, especially with the ink blending added in. Next up is 80, who uses the grande size dashboard spread. This is sized for the classic happy planner, and she requested a bright, fun spread that also celebrated Gummy Worm Day, which, how fun is that? I didn't even know there was a Gummy Worm Day, but now I feel like we should probably all celebrate National Gummy Worm Day. So I printed out some images. Again, I went to Canva and I searched gummy worm, and what do you know? There were totally some gummy worm images, so that was exciting. I've also pulled stickers from Retro Babe. That is from Live Love Posh. I will link Live Love Posh down below. I do have an affiliate code with Live Love Posh that will save you on your order, so make sure to check that out down below. So I printed out the gummy worms, and then I thought they matched really well. This is a bright, fun, festive spread. While it doesn't necessarily say happy birthday, I think it has the celebratory vibes that 80 was going for. And I know that 80 loves rainbows as much as I do, so I definitely had to include those as well. So we'll have several different kind of retro rainbows looking around. I also felt like gummy worms kind of had a retro vibe. I love gummy worms and I've loved them since forever. So I think they fit really nicely. So we're gonna have the gummy bear mix down here. We'll have gummy worms kind of across the whole spread. It felt a little random, but in the end, I kind of am digging how it came together. So we're doing gummy worms, and then the other image that I chose several of would be roller skates, because let's all go back to the days when we had roller skating parties all of the time and friends blowing bubbles, eating gummy worms, just having a great time. Let's go back to those vibes for our birthday. How fun would that be? I'd be a little scared that I'd probably injure myself in a roller skating party these days, but it would still be a ton of fun. All right, so I'm just working on spreading some of the decor around the page. I do this first because I want to see where the main places are that I'm going to have decor pieces, and then before I finish out the very detailed parts of the decorating, I come back with functional boxes. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have some down. Now I've pulled my sticker guides back out. I'm planning the functional boxes. In this case, I'm using pastel boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans because they fit really well. We're going to stick with the kind of orange and purple look. Again, limiting the number of colors that you pull in with your boxes can really help just kind of bring the spread together. So I'm spreading out boxes, making it as functional as possible. I try to either have a box on every day or have plenty of room for my patrons to write on a specific day, whether they end up wanting a checklist or something like that. So as soon as I feel good with my boxes, I'm going to start transferring them over. Again, always so thankful for sticker guides because they just do such a good job allowing you to plan and then to easily move things around the page. So we're going to move those. Once those are in place, then I come back to decor. So it's kind of like a sandwich. I start with decor, some of the basics I want in the background, then I go to functionality, and then I wrap up again with decor, just to make sure. I think you can get overwhelmed with either side. Either you put all this functionality in and then you feel like there's no place to actually decorate, or you do a ton of decorating and then you realize there's no place to do any writing. So you kind of going back and forth helps me balance out my spreads a little bit easier. At this point, I'm trying to bring in a few more gummy worms because I want to make sure that it is a consistent theme on the spread, not just in a couple of places, but that it's kind of all over the place, and putting it behind this piece right here makes a lot of sense. I love this spread. I think it came together so nicely. It's just adorable. All right, I will again pull out stickers from Proud Sticker Designs to do some labeling. I love the Get It Done. We're going to put an affirmation box here for Adie to use, and then I label intentions so she can write some main intentions or goals for the week. And then once I punch the holes in this spread, that is going to be it. So let me know, what do you think of Adie's celebratory, bright, fun gummy worm theme spread? I can honestly say this is the first gummy worm theme spread that I've ever created, and I think it came out pretty darn well. Last up today is Donna, who also uses the grande size dashboard spread, and she requested a great theme of summer nights. And when I think of summer nights, I think of sitting out on a patio under some twinkling lights. And so I wanted to create the summer night feel. So again, I'm pulling out ink blending, same tools as before, some different colors. I'm blending around the edges. I'm going to do blue at the top and then bring in some dark green at the bottom to give that like grass and sky feel. And then we're going to pull out some lovely ladies from Plannything who are out enjoying their summer evening. Now, there are all kinds of ways that you can use ink blending in your planner. You can see here that I really like focusing on the edge. I think it adds a nice border to your layout, and that way you can still use whiteout in the middle, which is kind of important to me and how I like to plan. But you can also tape off certain sections with washi tape, blend in there. You can blend through stencils to give a pattern in the background. Like I said, a ton of different ways. I am bringing a little bit more depth into this blending by bringing in some hickory smoke there at the end to darken the edges. And now I have the basis for my scene, and I want to start with the summer lights. This is an older stamp set from a company called By the Well for God. They have their own website. I will link them down below. They are a great resource for different stamps, and I used to be on their creative team and have a ton of stamps from them from over the years. So I love the string of lights there at the top. We're going to celebrate the summer out on the patio. I wanted to bring in a little bit of yellow because of course the lights need to be lit. This is just a yellow gel pen, a zebra gel pen that I'm using to color in the lights. The gel works really well. It did not activate the Distress Oxide ink too much, even though it is technically a wet medium. It just wasn't, I kind of thought a paint pen would do too much. So I think the gel was just enough. So we're adding in the lights right there. I'm bringing in a little silver for the light bulbs, and I love the setting that is starting to come together on this particular page. These stickers that I am using are from the book Lovely Summer from Plannything, and I just loved the feel of these girls. They definitely felt like they were just chilling on the patio. So we're going to use them in some different parts. I didn't have too many decorative stickers on this particular spread, but I am going to bring in a little bit more lighting to kind of drive home that lantern twinkling light feel. But first I wanted to figure out where all my girls would go. Knowing that I only had 4, it was really important to figure out the placement so that it worked for the entire spread. All right, once I had them, they are on the sticker guides, and I'm just laying stamps across the page, trying to figure out where I will actually stamp them down. Where can I add some fun lanterns, some fun lights to give a little bit more character to this spread? Once I figure that out, I'm going to move the sticker guides and go ahead and stamp. I'm using VersaFine Onyx black ink for all of these images. I like to stamp in black ink for specific images most of the time because I want them to be a little bit more crisp. And the VersaFine Onyx is awesome because it is not water reactive. So I'll be able to easily color over it. It stands up and gives a nice crisp image. All right, I'm going to get those stamps. I have to go stamp by stamp, stamping it on the ink pad. I'm using an acrylic block. If you haven't been stamping in a while, a lot of the stamp sets now are acrylic, meaning they're like you pull them off the sheet and then you have to put them on an acrylic block and then stamp them down instead of being mounted onto wood like they used to back in the day. So just a heads up, if you do choose to get some stamps, you're probably going to have to pick up a stamping block as well. All right, stamps are in place. Now I'm just using a little bit of whiteout. Now, this is why I'm really glad that I did not do a bunch of ink blending in the middle of the page, because I still had whiteout that I wanted to do on certain areas. And if I had whiteout over where there was ink, it would look very weird and stripy. So just checking on that. All right, once all of those are in place, then I'm going to come in and color in the lights just like I did before, because I want everything to be aglow. I love the yellow of this Zebra Sarasa pen. It is a nice, bold, rich yellow. So I feel like it gives off a, kind of the impression of a beautiful, warm light. Again, for some of the detail work, I'm coming in with a silver to fill in those. It makes the stamps look like stickers. When you take the time to color in your stamping to customize it, it's like creating a custom sticker for your page, which is super fun. The last little bit I'm going to do as soon as I finish coloring is start to add some functionality to the page. Again, got my sticker guides out. I'm pulling boxes from that same Plannything book, Lovely Summer. I do, in fact, have a coupon code for Plannything as well. So be sure to check that out down below. She has some great summer sticker books, some great seasonal sticker books that just have a different feel than other ones. So I think it's definitely worth checking. Once I figure out where all of those are going to go, we're going to go ahead and transfer them over. I put this circle one up top. I know it's going to look a little weird, but I thought it'd be the perfect place to put the month. And it's hanging over the edge, but it just creates a nice place for Donna to go back and date this particular week. I'm going to start moving things over. The last little bit, we'll be adding a few quotes from the back of the Lovely Summer sticker book onto the page. And that is going to be it for Donna's Summer Nights spread. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Be sure to let me know down below which spread did you like the most this week. Was it Jennifer's Hot Air Balloon spread? Was it 80s Gummy Worm spread? Or was it Donna's Summer Nights spread? Let me know down below. I do have all of the supplies I used, including some coupon codes in the description box. So if you're looking for any of these stickers or supplies, check those out in the description box. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. What a fantastic group. We have a great time over on Patreon, and July is also going to be a pretty darn special month that you are not going to want to miss out on. To find out more info, you can click on the link below. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.